Speaking of the pros, you have one of the youngest and brightest figure in golf, in Ricky Fowler, who had an outstanding year last year.
Yep.
1 year ago, almost to the day, you brought Greg Norman back into the family.
Right.
So you have a young guy, you have an older guy. Is that the reflection of what Cobra Puma wants to be? Because you have all the bright colors, you have the youth, but you have to address, all the market.
Yeah, we're trying to help golfers of all skill levels enjoy the game. So we, at the end of the day, our pros are really the window into the company. They connect to the consumers, and we want to make sure that we have diversity, men, women, young and old. And so, Greg plays an important position on the field for us, as well as Parnevik. Graham Dillette, of course, came to the Puma family last year. Willie Mack had a great year. Ricky had a phenomenal year, of course. Lexi Thompson won her first major, right? So I think we have diversity. We're not counting drivers and shoes and balls, so we're different than maybe some of our competitors that we don't have the most staff players, but we have some of the best that we think make a difference and cut through the clutter out there, and at the end of the day have swagger. So we're looking for that swagger, and some of those players I mentioned, they all have that.
Well, and one thing is that your company has a lot of swagger. When you look at the market, the state of golf, you like what you see, what was improved in the last 12 months?
Well, I think importantly, and I'm seeing it also here at the PGA show, is there's a lot of people rallying around game enjoyment. We're trying to be the best game enjoyment company in golf, and I just see a lot of momentum behind that. People are talking about needing to get the game more fun and more inclusive, and that's good for the industry. So I like that people are backing that message, and whether it's media, whether it's some of our competitors, certainly golf associations, talking about people enjoying the game. So that's good for business, and that's what we're trying to do this year.
Bob Fillion, thank you very much. Tout à l'heure, on parlait avec Bob Fillion, qui est le grand patron chez Cobra Golf, qui nous disait, je ne sais pas comment ils ont réussi, mais ils ont trouvé une façon d'améliorer le bâton BioCell. La personne qui a trouvé cette façon est à mes côtés. Il s'agit de Tom Olafsky. So when we say flip it and rip it, if you want to get more distance, you want to get more flight, that's where you decide to put the flipper part of your driver.
Right. Well, it's really an individual process. And what we do is we go and find that some players like it in the front because that gives a lower, more penetrating flight, and they need that because of their swing. Some players prefer it in the back setting because they need a little bit higher flight. Depending on which one you fit better in, it also gives you a better feel. So that one is the one you swing the best and the most confidently, and we know in golf that's critical. So flip it and rip it depends on the player. For instance, we take our two top staff players on tour, Ricky and Jonas. Both Ricky and Jonas, they probably hit the ball about the same. They're about the same size, swing speed's about the same, but Ricky prefers the weight in the front, Jonas prefers the weight in the back, and that's how they optimize their distance. So the big debate in the industry has been, some companies say move it in the front, other companies say put it in the back. We're going to give you the choice to do both. And the other big benefit of that is of a moving weight system. One of the key things about drivers and CG is if you have moving weights that are like this or around the back, those weights typically pull the CG too high. With our system, all the weight is low. So that nice benefit is no matter what setting is, the weight is very low. One of the lowest CGs of any movable weight driver.
So you give me the chance, I go on the tee, I flip it, I rip it, I'm in the middle of the fairway. How can you get me the chance to get to the green now?
So now we move into the fairways and hybrids. We've upgraded those in terms of performance with the Fly Z and the zone weighting. If you look at this standard Fly Z fairway wood, we use all that weight savings from the front and the crown and move it to the back. A little bit different technologies though, because fairways and hybrids are steel, not titanium. So what we do is we go to a higher strength steel that allows us to make the face thinner. We also use the speed channel to save weight. Taking all that weight out of the front and moving it to the back gives us better playability, more forgiveness, and more speed. Those are all the things you want in your shot.
Now I'm only lacking one thing, is talent. Thomas, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Glad to have you here in Orlando.